What's up, Planeswalkers? Another day, another deck, and today we are playing Selesnya Auras in Standard. You might as well call this deck the Cori-Steel Counter, because with this we have the original shell, we also have Toadstool Admirer, which is a 1-drop with 2 ward, and then we have our Calix Guided by Fate, and another ward creature. Really, this deck is awesome. You basically play Boggles, pump up your creatures that are unable to be pinged early on, and it's been doing great things, especially against that pesky new artifact. So let's get on into the first game and see how we do. Alright, facing the 1067 ranked first person. They're on the play, it seems. And we're waiting for them to decide what they want to do. Did the game freeze on us? Nope. Okay. This is a pretty decent hand. I think this is a good hand to keep because we have the Toadstool Admirer, we got the ward, and then if we need, we have Sheltered by Ghosts, and then into a Shardmage's Rescue. And this is what I was talking about. I expected some Cori-Steel Cutters. I guarantee. Turn 2. Watch. Watch. They're going to play it. It's going to land right there. There it is. It's going to land right here. Opponent's not ready for this, though. Simple way to beat it. Sheltered by Ghost. Target the cutter. Boom. Swing in for 2. We gain 2. That's one of the main issues that I have with Cori-Steel Cutter deck. While I do think it's amazing, they don't have a lot of removal. And if they do have targeted removal, it's not going to be able to easily get around Sheltered by Ghost. So now let's go ahead and throw an Audacity onto it, and then we can throw an Ethereal Armor too to just pump it up even more. So now we have Trample, Lifelink, First Strike, and it's a 7/5, and we can even hold on to the Shardmage's Rescue, swing in, gain 7. If the opponent wants to block, they can, but it's only going to be 1 point of damage blocked. You can see opponent's mind is already breaking. They're like, what? No. Good game, opponent. On to the next one. Yeah, opponent's like, but I watched videos on how good this deck is. I saw Spooky Molder play it. No, I'm kidding. Alright, let's... I kind of want to keep it, but it's a risk. We don't really have any playables until turn 3, so let's hope for the best. Okay, opponent's kind of slow rolling too. We're facing white-blue, not my favorite. But Gleaming Barrier. Oh, there's a deck that uses this. They have some specific combo. I forget. That's fine. We'll go ahead and play Calix. And then the really good part about Calix also. Ooh, we've got the Toadstool Admirer too. So now what we can do is we can Sheltered by Ghosts on the Calix. We can then go ahead and target the opponent. Well, the opponent's creature, I should say. But we can give our Toadstool some counters, and then anything that we give, so Calix gets Ethereal Armor here, we just pump it up, and then once we deal damage, we can duplicate that and put it onto our Toadstool Admirer as well, as long as it's not a token. So I'm going to go ahead and give Ethereal Armor, but if opponent had another creature out, then we could have just taken their Sheltered by Ghosts, or our Sheltered by Ghosts, and copied it and taken that creature. And opponent playing, there it is, Synthesizer. And just like that, good game, opponent. On to the next one. Alright, so we've second. Are they going to go second? Sorry, ADHD. So we've been doing pretty good. We can't keep this hand. This hand we can keep. I think we get rid of an Optimistic Scavenger. Oh man, mono red. I've also been seeing a lot of mono red playing Cori-Cutter also. Don't call me crazy, but I've been seeing it. That's why I'm like, this might be interesting. There it is. So that card goes into everything. I like the Is It version more, but mono red is definitely really good. This might be hard for us. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to Optimistic Scavenger, and then I'm going to Audacity our Armadillo. Pump up the Armadillo even more, and then I'm not going to block. Because if opponent pumps up, all they need is 2 spells. So if they like Creature and then Monstrous Rage or Lightning Strike. So now if they have a Monstrous Rage, we can at least trade. Because they'll go up to a 5, but I don't know if I want to block there. So yeah, we can block the 2/2, but I'm not gonna, like if they attacked, I should say. Let's Armored, let's Feather Flight. So this allows us to draw a card, we get a little bit bigger. We can't play that yet. We can throw an Armadillo down, but I'm going to wait for the Shardmage's Rescue here, because opponent only has 2 cards in hand, so they're running low. This is where the blue cards really help because they have draw into it. So I'm going to throw a block on the Prowess Monk, but they're going to go ahead and play 2 spells, right? So if they Monstrous Rage again, pump something up, it's going to move off of this Monk. So they're going to lose. Okay, so Burst Lightning. They're paying the Ward 1. We'll go ahead and put down the Shardmage's Rescue. Give it Hexproof for the turn. They lose their 3/3. Okay, and we got a Calix off the top. So we can go ahead and do a Calix play here. Put the counter on Calix. Swing in for 5. We can go ahead and copy something. I think we do Feather of Flight just to go ahead and get an extra draw card. Pump up. Optimistic Scavenger. Okay. And what does opponent get? A land. See? They've hit the ground. I want to say oops. I'm going to hit them with this one. Ooh, sweating while drawing. Oh, interesting play. So they're going to pump up. Okay, this puts us in a little bit of a situation. So yeah, we have to block there. And then now we can't kill the Heartfire hero. We need to just watch out. So let's swing in with both of these. Go ahead and get us some copies of tokens. I think we gotta do like Feather Flight. Let's do that on the Scavenger. And then pump up the Armadillo and then Scavenger. And then, okay, we got another Armadillo. I think we're good here. We end the turn. Opponent, they might have something. If they had a Monstrous Rage, I was going to hit them with the Thinking. So if we throw these blocks here, their mouse won't die. Okay, so their mouse doesn't die, and then we win. Whew, good game, opponents. But see, we stopped another Cori-Cutter. Let's get on to the next one. This deck is undefeated right now. It's like, this is interesting. I'm 4-0 right now. We're going for the 5-0. I'll post results if we get it. I'll put it in the little, description at the end. We're going to keep this hand. It might not be our best. Next turn, we can go ahead and throw down the Anthem of the Champions and really, really hope that we got land. and hope the opponent doesn't do anything too crazy. Well, there's our next land. So yeah, I think we gotta go Anthem of the Champions. It's not looking too great for us, y'all. Not looking too great at all. I'm expecting like a Monstrous Rage, Double Strike, all that good stuff, but I'm not sure. I'll say I'm not trying to emote. I'm trying to play with the toys. Okay, so Double Strike 6 coming through. First Strike and Double Strike, so pseudo Triple Strike. No, I'm kidding. Another Manifold Mouse. Oh, this is perfect. Okay, so now we get Optimistic Scavenger. We can go ahead and Sheltered by Ghost. Take their Manifold Mouse that has First Strike already. Go ahead and pump up our Optimistic Scavenger. It has protection, so we may not throw any blocks. Okay, Feather Flight. Makes sense. They're going to pump up the mouse. Oh, if we can make it through this turn, I think we can turn it around. Because what we can do is we can then Sheltered by Ghost, take their mouse again, and then swing in. Oh, or we could Calix. Yeah, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna Ethereal Armor, pump it up, more and more, Sheltered by Ghosts now afterwards. So we're gonna swing, see if they block with the Scavenger, thinking that they're safe. I know we could have gotten extra damage and extra life gain, but I think this is a good way to see like what opponent has, or if they're, you know, really considering it. So let's go ahead and take the mouse now. Pump up the Scavenger. Yeah, we would have gained a ton of life there. Let's see what opponent does here. Okay. They got another Optimistic Scavenger. Monstrous Rage. They can definitely pump up a lot here. What, they're gonna do like what? 10 damage potentially this turn if they have another like Monstrous Rage. Nope, okay. I always assume the worst here, but I think this is just a game because we can give our Optimistic Scavenger the Feather of Flight and then they can't block. So opponent doesn't realize it yet. I know they're thinking how can they block, but no blocks will be available, and just like that, we are 5-0. Good game, opponent. So yeah, this was Selesnya Auras or the Cori-Cutter. I would definitely recommend this deck. I also have a positive thought of Boggles. You probably know if you've watched the channel. Again, this deck went 5-0 in a very aggro meta, so please recommend trying it out. And if you have any other decks you want to let me try, let me know. But thank you again for all the support, everybody. We're almost at 400 subscribers. We're at 369 as of this very moment. But first and foremost, and last but not least, you are doing everything right today, and you matter. Goodbye.